Beneath the vast deserts of Egypt, a world shrouded in mystery awaits, a world where ancient secrets whisper through the remnants of a once mighty civilization. Picture this: artifacts long buried, untouched by time, each holding a piece of a story that could reshape everything we thought we knew about the Age of Pharaohs. They are not the treasures you read about in textbooks or the ones glorified in museums. These are the unseen relics, artifacts overlooked or recently unearthed, that carry with them riddles as old as the pyramids. What tales do they tell? What enigmas are etched into their surfaces? These 15 unseen artifacts defy the sands of time, standing as enigmatic windows into a civilization that continues to captivate the world. From mysterious inscriptions to objects that hint at advanced knowledge far beyond their era, each artifact brings us closer to understanding the minds and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. As we delve into the stories behind these extraordinary discoveries, prepare to uncover not only the ingenuity of this ancient world, but also the questions it left unanswered, a historical puzzle waiting to be pieced together. Stay with us as we embark on this journey into the heart of ancient Egypt's greatest mysteries. Now turning to the Ancestral Mask of Sobekhotep, this extraordinary artifact is believed to be one of the earliest royal burial masks ever discovered. Crafted with meticulous care, the mask is made from a combination of gold and precious stones, materials chosen not only for their opulence but also for their spiritual significance. The golden luster symbolized the eternal flesh of the gods, while the embedded stones were thought to harness protective energies. The crocodile deity Sobek, whose visage is intricately depicted on the mask, held a profound symbolic meaning in ancient Egyptian belief. Sobek was associated with the Nile, fertility, and protection, embodying both the fierce power of a predator and the nurturing lifeblood of Egypt's civilization. The inclusion of Sobek's image on this mask suggests a desire to invoke his guardianship over the deceased in the perilous journey to the afterlife. But beyond its artistic beauty and spiritual intention, this artifact offers a compelling glimpse into the evolution of burial practices during the Middle Kingdom. Unlike earlier burial traditions that were simpler in design, this mask reflects a shift toward intricate funerary art designed to honor and immortalize the pharaohs as divine beings. Its discovery has been instrumental in piecing together the transition from rudimentary tomb customs to the elaborate burial rituals that defined later dynasties. This mask does not just represent a face, it represents a legacy, a belief system, and a moment in time when art, religion, and royalty converged in a statement of eternal power. Moving forward, we uncover even more fascinating layers about its craftsmanship and the tools that shaped such a historical masterpiece. Moving forward, let us delve into the remarkable craftsmanship behind the Ancestral Mask of Sobekhotep, a testament to the extraordinary skills of ancient Egyptian artisans. To create such an intricate masterpiece, these craftsmen likely employed tools made of copper and bronze, which were the primary metals available during the Middle Kingdom. These tools were meticulously sharpened to carve fine details, while polishing stones and abrasives were used to achieve the mask's smooth, gleaming surface. Artisans would have worked tirelessly, layering gold and embedding semi-precious stones with an astonishing level of precision, ensuring not only durability but also an aesthetic that reflected divine perfection. The techniques used in this mask predate and arguably influence the craftsmanship seen in later, more famous burial masks like that of Tutankhamun. While Sobekhotep's mask represents the artistic strides of the Middle Kingdom, the Mask of Tutankhamun from the New Kingdom showcases an evolution in design, materials, and complexity. The incorporation of additional gems, intricate inlays, and finer goldwork in Tutankhamun's mask suggests a lineage of expertise passed down and refined over generations. By comparing these two artifacts, we can trace a fascinating trajectory in funerary art, where the balance of religious symbolism and technical innovation continually evolved to match the shifting ideals of Egypt's elite. Sobekhotep's mask, though simpler in design than its New Kingdom counterparts, paved the way for these advancements by blending symbolism and artistry in a way that set a standard for what came after. This lens into the artisan's methods not only deepens our appreciation for their skill, but also underscores the mask's role as a bridge between the emerging complexity of Middle Kingdom art and the iconic opulence of later dynasties. Now, as we leave behind this awe-inspiring artifact, let us chart a course to the stars with an equally intriguing relic, the Star Map of Senenmut. Now turning to the Star Map of Senenmut, we uncover a celestial masterpiece etched into the ceiling of the tomb belonging to Senenmut, the esteemed architect of Queen Hatshepsut. This intricate chart is among the earliest known depictions of the night sky, featuring a detailed representation of constellations, celestial bodies, and the paths of the stars as observed by ancient Egyptian astronomers. Its precision is a testament to the sophistication of their astronomical knowledge, which was not just scientific but deeply intertwined with religion and ritual. The night sky, viewed as the domain of countless deities, played a pivotal role in Egyptian cosmology, symbolizing order and divine harmony. The star map is more than a tool for celestial navigation. It is a sacred artifact reflecting the Egyptians' effort to align their earthly world with the heavens above. Such alignment was crucial for ceremonies that connected the living with deities and the spirits of the deceased. It was believed that understanding the cosmos and mapping the stars enabled a closer communion with the divine, guiding the deceased on a safe journey to the afterlife. This map served as both a spiritual guide and a reflection of the Egyptians' profound dedication to deciphering the mysteries of the universe. It invites us to imagine the wonder they felt while gazing at the night sky, discovering patterns and weaving mythology into their observations. As we explore the symbolic importance of this celestial chart, it becomes clear that the Star Map of Senenmut not only charts the stars but also charts the ancient Egyptians' unyielding quest to understand the eternal link between the heavens and their mortal world. Moving forward, let us delve into the interpretations and modern significance of this awe-inspiring artifact. Now turning to modern interpretations of the Star Map of Senenmut, researchers have uncovered fascinating insights into how the ancient Egyptians may have conceptualized the heavens. This celestial chart is believed to reflect not only their knowledge of star patterns, but also their deep philosophical understanding of cosmic order. Some scholars suggest that the map functioned as a visual representation of Mot, the principle of truth, balance, and harmony that was central to Egyptian culture. The alignment of stars and constellations could symbolize the maintenance of universal balance, a concept crucial to both their daily lives and spiritual practices. Additionally, the map's intricate details have sparked theories about its use in navigation, perhaps serving as a guide for journeys not only on Earth but also in the afterlife. The positions of key stars and celestial events may have been used to mark the passing of time or to align religious ceremonies with significant cosmic phenomena. Modern astronomers have even attempted to correlate the chart with the ancient night sky, hypothesizing that it might reflect specific dates or events. Such theories continue to fuel debates about the extent of ancient Egyptian astronomical expertise and their ability to predict celestial movements with remarkable accuracy. Beyond its practical applications, the star map also raises larger questions about humanity's universal desire to connect with the cosmos. By mapping the heavens, the Egyptians did not merely observe the stars, they wove them into the very fabric of their beliefs and identities. This enduring artifact challenges us to consider how our ancestors viewed their place in the vastness of the universe, offering a glimpse into an ancient worldview that saw the celestial and the terrestrial as inseparably intertwined. Moving forward, we turn our focus to a very different artifact, one that carries the weight of honor and bravery, embodied in the Golden Fly Pendant. Now turning to the Golden Fly Pendant, we uncover a remarkable artifact that exemplifies both the ingenuity and symbolism of ancient Egyptian culture. This small yet striking piece of jewelry served as a military honor, awarded to soldiers who displayed extraordinary acts of bravery on the battlefield. The choice of the fly as its central motif might seem unusual at first, but its significance lies in the metaphor it represents. In ancient Egypt, flies were seen as persistent and relentless creatures, qualities that mirrored the determination and courage required of a warrior. By bestowing this pendant, the pharaoh acknowledged not only the soldiers' bravery, but also their unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. Crafted from gold, the pendant reflects the exceptional skill of Egyptian artisans. Its intricate design captures the delicate features of the fly, including its finely detailed wings and body, all rendered with astonishing precision. The use of gold was not merely for aesthetic appeal, but also carried profound symbolic meaning, as this material was associated with the divine and eternal. This connection elevated the recipient to a status of honor not only in the eyes of their peers but also in the realm of the gods. The Golden Fly Pendant was not just a decoration, it was a mark of distinction, a tangible testament to the values of courage and perseverance celebrated in Egyptian society. Its legacy challenges us to consider how such symbols of valor have evolved across cultures and time, offering a lens through which we can explore the shared human experience of honoring those who embody the highest ideals of strength and resilience. Moving forward, we delve deeper into the metaphorical power of the fly, exploring why this unassuming insect became a symbol of monumental significance in ancient Egypt. As we continue exploring the symbolism of the fly, it becomes clear that this seemingly humble insect carried profound metaphorical significance in ancient Egyptian culture. The fly's relentless nature, its ability to persist against all odds, made it an ideal emblem of perseverance and resilience. In the harsh environment of Egypt, where survival often required extraordinary tenacity, the fly was a fitting symbol for warriors who exemplified these qualities. The choice of the fly as a military motif was not merely symbolic but also deeply rooted in the Egyptian worldview, where even the most modest creatures could embody traits worthy of admiration and emulation. By awarding the Golden Fly Pendant, the pharaohs communicated a powerful message. That valor was not only about physical strength but also about unyielding determination and steadfastness. This recognition of persistence as a form of heroism influenced broader ceremonial practices, as symbols like the fly began to appear in other contexts celebrating endurance and triumph. Scholars hypothesize that this award may have inspired similar decorations in neighboring cultures as Egyptian influence spread across the ancient world. The enduring legacy of the fly as a metaphor for perseverance serves as a reminder of the universal human fascination with resilience, a quality as essential today as it was thousands of years ago. Next, we turn our attention to another captivating artifact that illustrates the Egyptians' deep connection with the cosmos and their understanding of the universe's mysteries. Now turning to the Shabaka Stone, this remarkable artifact stands as both a historical enigma and a theological treasure. Unearthed during the early Kushite dynasty, this stone is etched with texts that blend Egyptian and Nubian religious traditions, showcasing a fascinating cultural interplay. Carved into its surface are intricate theological discourses, which many historians believe attempt to narrate the genesis of the cosmos according to ancient Egyptian beliefs. The text, often referred to as the Memphite theology, outlines a creation myth centered around the god Ptah, who is portrayed as the ultimate creator, crafting the universe through thought and speech. This conceptualization of creation offers a profound glimpse into the philosophical depths of ancient Egyptian spirituality. However, the Shabaka Stone is not without its mysteries. Scholars have long debated its origins and purpose, with some suggesting it was commissioned as a theological manifesto to assert the supremacy of Memphite religious ideology during a time of political unification. What further fuels the intrigue is the stone's physical condition. Its surface shows signs of reuse, with sections possibly repurposed as a millstone, leading to frustrations over the loss of critical portions of the text. Despite this damage, the Shabaka stone is revered as an invaluable window into the spiritual and intellectual life of early Egypt. The blend of Egyptian and Nubian motifs carved into the stone reflects the dynamic interchange of ideas during the Kushite dynasty, a period when cultural synthesis was at its zenith. This amalgamation of traditions raises compelling questions about the extent of Nubian influence on Egyptian theology and vice versa. Adding another layer of complexity, interpretations of the stone's inscriptions remain contentious, dividing scholars over its role in shaping our understanding of ancient Egyptian creation myths. Was it merely a reaffirmation of earlier beliefs, or does it represent a revolutionary theological framework? These uncertainties make the Shabaka stone a focal point of ongoing debate, ensuring its place as one of the most thought-provoking relics of the ancient world. With its rich tapestry of cultural, spiritual, and philosophical significance, the Shabaka stone invites us to ponder the intricate connections between mythology and societal identity. Moving forward, our journey into the wonders of ancient Egypt leads us to a compelling artifact tied to the architectural innovations of a pioneering pharaoh. Now turning to the intriguing puzzle of the Shabaka stone's missing inscriptions, we find ourselves contemplating what tales, wisdom, or theological revelations may have been lost to time. The damaged portions of the stone, worn and repurposed, have left voids in a narrative that once fully encapsulated ancient Egyptian cosmology. Historians often theorize that these missing lines may have contained elaborations on the god Ptah's role not only as the supreme creator, but also as a unifying figure in a politically fragmented Egypt. Some suggest that these lost sections might have detailed specific rituals or ceremonies, potentially offering direct insight into how ancient Egyptians enacted their cosmological beliefs in everyday religious practices. Others propose that the erased portions could hold key dialogues or hymns emphasizing the harmonious coexistence of Nubian and Egyptian pantheons, perhaps revealing a deeper theological fusion than previously thought. One particularly compelling possibility is that the missing text provided a more explicit link between creation myths and the political legitimacy of rulers, creating a divine narrative that strengthened the authority of the Kushite dynasty. This would mean the Shabaka stone was more than a theological artifact. It was a tool of political theology, used to anchor the power of the state in the will of the gods. The absence of these lines, however, fuels as much curiosity as it does frustration. Modern scholars have debated whether these gaps were due to intentional defacement, possibly by later rulers seeking to erase the legacy of the Kushite pharaohs, or simply the result of centuries of wear and utilitarian use. Both theories carry weight, but they also lead to more profound questions about the durability of ideas versus the fragility of the medium on which they are inscribed. Despite its damaged state, the Shabaka stone continues to ignite imaginations, with new technologies like digital imaging and spectral analysis being employed to try and recover faint traces of the original text. These advances may one day provide a glimpse into the lost messages that could reshape our perspective on ancient Egyptian theology and their view of the cosmos. The Shabaka stone stands as a powerful reminder of how much we have yet to uncover and how history often leaves us with tantalizing fragments of a greater whole. This blend of the known and unknown makes it a cornerstone of both scholarly debate and historical wonder. As the next phase of the journey unfolds, we turn our attention to the Bent Pyramid Alabaster Stela, an artifact that offers unique insights into the architectural innovations and spiritual aspirations of a groundbreaking pharaoh. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the Bent Pyramid Alabaster Stela, a truly fascinating yet often overlooked artifact tied to one of ancient Egypt's most transformative figures, Pharaoh Sneferu. Found near the Bent Pyramid, this stela carries inscriptions that illuminate Sneferu's remarkable contributions to Egyptian architecture and spirituality. Sneferu, often regarded as the pioneer of true pyramid construction, stands at a pivotal moment in history when the experimental designs of step pyramids transitioned into the smooth-sided structures we now recognize as iconic. The Bent Pyramid itself represents a key piece of that evolution, with its unique shape reflecting both architectural ambition and the challenges faced in perfecting these monumental designs. The Alabaster Stela provides an even deeper layer of context as it features inscriptions dedicated to Sneferu, praising his connection to the gods and his role as a divine ruler. By examining this artifact, we can better understand how Sneferu's reign marked a critical shift not only in architectural methods but also in the symbolic power of these structures. The stela suggests that pyramids were more than grand tombs. They were spiritual beacons meant to link the earthly and the divine, projecting the pharaoh's authority as ordained by the heavens. This transition from step pyramids to true pyramids under Sneferu's guidance was not merely an architectural feat, but a reflection of evolving ideological and religious aspirations, setting a precedent for later pharaohs to follow. The Bent Pyramid Alabaster Stela, with its inscriptions and connection to Sneferu's unprecedented vision, remains an essential piece in unraveling the story of how the ancient Egyptians sought to combine faith and innovation in their eternal quest to honor both their rulers and their gods. As the narrative continues to unfold, let us explore the very words etched into this stela and what they tell us about the cultural and political currents of the Old Kingdom. Now turning to the intricate inscriptions etched onto the Alabaster Stela, we uncover a wealth of reverence and devotion directed toward the gods, underscoring their central role in ancient Egyptian life. These carvings reveal Sneferu as not only a master builder, but also a pious intermediary between the divine and his people. The texts praise Sneferu for his unwavering dedication to the pantheon of gods, portraying him as a ruler whose architectural feats were guided by their divine will. Among the inscriptions, particular emphasis is placed on Sneferu's relationship with Ra, the sun god, further solidifying the pharaoh's image as a chosen representative of celestial power. This connection to Ra also reflects the philosophical evolution of kingship during the Old Kingdom, where rulers began to be seen not just as sovereigns but as living embodiments of divine order. Beyond religious devotion, the Alabaster Stela also serves as a testament to Sneferu's political acumen. Through its inscriptions, we glimpse a ruler who used monumental architecture as a means of unifying his people and forging a collective identity. His pyramids stood not only as symbols of technological and artistic ingenuity, but as declarations of stability and prosperity, projecting confidence in a ruler who could transcend mortal limitations to ensure the continuity of the state. These messages remind us that Sneferu's contributions were not confined to physical structures. They extended into the very fabric of Egyptian society. By tying his achievements to divine approval, Sneferu crafted a narrative that aligned his reign with cosmic harmony, a story that would inspire pharaohs for generations to come. As we move forward in this exploration, reflecting on these inscriptions allows us to appreciate how the Alabaster Stela encapsulates the interconnectedness of faith, governance, and innovation during one of the most formative periods in Egyptian history. Moving forward, we come across the hunting palette of Narmer, an artifact that, although lesser known, holds a wealth of insight into the lives and values of ancient Egypt's early dynasties. Unlike the more famous Narmer palette, which predominantly celebrates the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, the hunting palette captures a different facet of life, depictions of hunting scenes that blend the practical with the symbolic. Intricately carved, this palette showcases the delicate balance between survival and ritual, portraying hunters skillfully wielding weapons as they pursue lions, gazelles, and other wild game. These vivid scenes provide a rare glimpse into the daily activities that sustained the Egyptian population, from the physical strength and strategy required for hunting to the tools and techniques employed during the early dynastic period. Beyond its practical depictions, the palette also serves as a testament to Egypt's burgeoning military culture, with hunting frequently acting as a metaphor for power and dominance. The detailed engravings suggest that these scenes were not solely about the act of hunting, but also carried ceremonial significance, possibly representing the pharaoh's role as a protector of his people and a conqueror of the untamed forces of nature. This duality, one of sustenance and sovereignty, reflects the evolving identity of leadership, where rulers not only governed but also embodied the ideals of strength and resilience. The hunting palette bridges the quotidian with the ceremonial, illustrating how ancient Egyptian society wove the necessities of life into the fabric of cultural and political ideology. As we unravel the layers of this artifact, we uncover a narrative that melds survival, innovation, and the assertion of authority, presenting an invaluable perspective on the complex interplay of power, belief, and daily life in one of history's most fascinating civilizations. Now turning to a deeper exploration of the hunting palette of Narmer, we find that its significance extends far beyond its surface imagery. This artifact acts as a bridge connecting early dynastic art with the symbolic representation of power and domination in ancient Egypt. The hunting scenes, while depicting practical activities, are also steeped in metaphorical meaning. They illustrate the pharaoh's control over chaos and his divine authority to maintain order, a concept deeply rooted in Egyptian ideology known as Mat. Each element of the palette's intricate design appears to serve a dual purpose. On one hand, documenting the tools and skills central to survival, and on the other, reinforcing the pharaoh's role as a unifier of the physical and spiritual realms. The animals shown, such as lions and gazelles, were not merely game but often held symbolic significance, representing both the challenges of the natural world and the triumph of human ingenuity and divine will. Furthermore, the palette highlights the evolving artistic traditions of the time, merging functional craftsmanship with the burgeoning use of art as a form of storytelling and propaganda. Its design offers an early example of how visual narratives were used to convey complex societal structures and values. The depictions of hunters and their prey blur the line between everyday life and grand ritual, suggesting that even the mundane activities of ancient Egyptians were interwoven with their religious and cultural ideologies. This synthesis of the practical and the spiritual underscores the unique Egyptian approach to identity, where survival and dominance were celebrated as interconnected virtues. The hunting palette stands not just as a relic of history, but as a lens through which we can understand the early expressions of Egyptian identity, a society where art, belief, and power converged to shape one of the ancient world's most enduring civilizations. Moving forward, we turn our attention to the Tomb Guardian of Djoser, a small yet intriguing artifact that reveals a wealth of insight into the spiritual protection sought by early Egyptian rulers. Now turning to the Tomb Guardian of Djoser, we uncover a remarkably intricate wooden statue discovered within the Step Pyramid complex that offers an intimate glimpse into the spiritual priorities of one of ancient Egypt's earliest and most innovative rulers. This artifact, though modest in size, held immense significance as a spiritual protector, believed to safeguard the tomb from malevolent forces and ensure the pharaoh's safe passage to the afterlife. Its design reflects not only the artistic capabilities of the period, but also the deeply embedded Egyptian belief in the necessity of maintaining harmony between the physical and spiritual worlds. Positioned strategically within the pyramid's complex, the statue was likely intended to embody the watchful presence of divine guardianship, a silent yet powerful sentinel against disruption in the sacred realm of Djoser's eternal rest. The Tomb Guardian aligns closely with Djoser's broader architectural vision, most notably exemplified by the step pyramid itself, which was the first of its kind and laid the foundation for future pyramid development. Just as the pyramid structure symbolized a stairway to the heavens, the Guardian served to fortify the king's journey through the afterlife, reinforcing his sovereignty even in death. This reveals not only the spiritual dimension of Djoser's reign, but also his meticulous attention to detail in ensuring the permanence of his legacy. The craftsmanship of the statue, including its precise carving and symbolic posture, suggests it was more than a mere object. It was a vessel imbued with spiritual power, designed to act as a custodian of the pharaoh's sacred resting place. Moreover, its discovery sheds light on early Egyptian funerary practices and the critical role of protective artifacts in constructing an eternal safety net for the deceased. The concept of animating such statues through rituals further underscores the dynamic interplay between art and ceremony, which was fundamental to Egyptian religion. By examining this guardian, we gain a richer understanding of how ancient Egyptians viewed death not as an end but as a continuation of life that required constant vigilance and preparation. This artifact, though small and unassuming, speaks volumes about the grandeur of ancient Egyptian beliefs and the lengths they went to in securing the divine protection of their rulers. As we dive deeper into the cultural landscape of Djoser's time, our next focus shifts to the massive commemorative scarab of Pharaoh Amenhotep III, an artifact that exemplifies both artistic achievement and political strategy. Moving forward, the mystical protection embodied by tomb guardians brings us closer to understanding the profound spiritual practices of ancient Egypt. These guardians were not merely decorative objects but were believed to serve as vital intermediaries between the mortal and divine realms. Rituals performed during their placement imbued them with a protective essence, enabling them to shield the deceased from forces that could disrupt the journey to the afterlife. This belief was deeply rooted in the Egyptian view of the cosmos as a realm where balance, or mat, was constantly upheld against chaos. The tomb guardian of Djoser exemplifies this concept, acting as a quiet sentinel tasked with ensuring the king's transition remained unhindered. Such artifacts were also symbolic of the broader societal conviction that death was not an end but a continuation of existence, demanding preparation and vigilance. The craftsmanship of tomb guardians reflects a unique blend of artistry and spiritual purpose. Their carefully rendered forms, often positioned in watchful or defensive stances, were designed to project an aura of strength and resolve. In Djoser's case, the placement of this guardian within his pyramid complex underscores the seriousness with which Egyptians regarded the sanctity of burial spaces. Early funerary customs reveal how these artifacts complemented a host of other protective measures, such as curses and inscriptions, amplifying the layers of defense surrounding the tomb. This interweaving of art, belief, and ceremony highlights how Egyptian artisans were not only creators, but also participants in a religious process aimed at eternal preservation. The enduring mystery of these guardians lies in their role as both tangible and intangible protectors. While their physical presence guarded against human intruders, their spiritual aspect was equally significant, warding off unseen threats from the afterlife's chaotic forces. By studying such artifacts, we gain a deeper appreciation of how ancient Egyptians infused everyday objects with immense symbolic and spiritual value. Tomb guardians like Djoser's stand as testaments to a society that meticulously planned for eternity, blending innovation, artistry, and devotion. As we leave these silent protectors behind, our exploration now turns toward the massive commemorative scarab of Amenhotep III, a marvel of design that reflects the grandeur and political acumen of its time. Now turning to the stone scarab of Amenhotep III, this artifact is a striking example of both artistic achievement and political ingenuity. Crafted on an extraordinary scale that dwarfs typical scarabs, it was designed not merely as a decorative object but as a monumental record of the pharaoh's accomplishments. These giant stone scarabs were strategically disseminated across Egypt and even beyond its borders, serving as enduring symbols of Amenhotep's power and influence. Engraved upon them are detailed inscriptions celebrating his hunting prowess, including accounts of him successfully taking down more than 100 wild lions during the early years of his reign. Such feats were not just a testament to personal bravery, but were also imbued with symbolic significance, portraying the king as a protector of his people and a vital enforcer of cosmic order. Equally compelling is how these scarabs document Amenhotep's diplomatic strategies, most notably his marriage alliances with foreign princesses. These unions were more than romantic gestures. They played a crucial role in fostering political stability and expanding Egypt's sphere of influence. By immortalizing these events, the scarabs functioned as propaganda tools, reinforcing the narrative of a ruler who was both a fierce warrior and a masterful statesman. Their inscriptions, meticulously etched into stone, conveyed messages of unity and strength to a broad audience, ensuring that Amenhotep's legacy would be remembered long after his time. What sets these commemorative scarabs apart is their sheer innovation in transforming a traditionally small and personal object into a colossal medium of royal communication. While typical scarabs were often used as amulets or seals, Amenhotep's large-scale versions redefined their purpose, turning them into public monuments that radiated his authority. The craftsmanship required to create such massive pieces is equally impressive, with every detail of the inscriptions carefully rendered to endure through the ages. This fusion of artistic skill and political messaging demonstrates the sophistication of Amenhotep's reign, where every element of design carried both aesthetic and ideological weight. As we delve deeper into this fascinating artifact, we uncover not only the ambitions of a single ruler, but also the broader dynamics of a civilization that continually pushed the boundaries of what was possible. With the grandeur of Amenhotep's commemorative scarabs laid bare, we now direct our attention to another artifact that bridges the spiritual and the tangible, the famine stela of Sehel Island, a relic that intertwines myth, history, and survival. Now turning to Amenhotep's monumental ego, these colossal scarabs offer a compelling lens into the intricate interplay between political strategy and self-promotion during his reign. Every element of these artifacts was meticulously curated to magnify the pharaoh's image as a divine ruler, a protector of Egypt, and a craftsman of international alliances. The inscriptions boldly celebrate his conquests, diplomatic unions, and personal achievements, transforming what might have been routine royal actions into legendary feats. This deliberate crafting of narrative was not unique to Amenhotep, but stood as a masterclass in the use of propaganda during ancient Egypt's New Kingdom period. Unlike the construction of massive temples or towering obelisks, which were primarily limited to specific sites, these mobile monuments allowed Amenhotep's legacy to physically traverse the land and even reach foreign territories, ensuring his influence resonated far beyond the confines of traditional borders. They acted as portable proclamations of his authority, embedding his name and deeds into the cultural and political consciousness of his time. When we compare these scarabs to other forms of royal propaganda, such as the great reliefs carved into temple walls or the statuary depicting pharaohs as embodiments of divine power, we see a shift in medium but not in purpose. While a temple inscription might require a visitor to journey to a sacred site to read its message, these scarabs carried the same weight of significance while being far more accessible and widespread. This mobility allowed Amenhotep to directly confront rival powers and reinforce alliances, all through the carefully inscribed stone artifacts that spoke of his unparalleled strength and wisdom. Moreover, their creation coincided with an era when Egypt's prosperity and influence were at their zenith, highlighting how the pharaoh expertly wielded his resources to cement his image as a ruler of both destiny and the divine. These scarabs also set a precedent for personalized yet grandiose forms of royal communication, blending artistic ingenuity with the psychological nuances of power projection. By engraving his triumphs into the very fabric of these works, Amenhotep ensured his narrative would transcend generations. The ideological implications of these monuments are as profound as their physical presence, encapsulating the ambitions of a ruler who understood that legacy was as vital as the sword. With these insights into Amenhotep's grand designs in mind, we now move forward to explore a relic steeped in both celestial myth and historical reality, the Famine Stela of Sehel Island. This artifact offers a unique perspective on how the ancient Egyptians grappled with the uncertainties of nature, while intertwining their faith and survival strategies into an enduring tale for the ages. Now turning to the Famine Stela of Sehel Island, this remarkable artifact stands as an extraordinary testament to how ancient Egyptians sought to explain and endure natural crises through a blend of mythology and history. Carved onto a granite rock face near the Nile in Upper Egypt, the stela recounts a gripping tale of a 7-year famine that reportedly took place during the reign of Pharaoh Djoser. The narrative weaves together elements of desperation, divine intervention, and human resolve, offering a vivid glimpse into the mindset of ancient Egypt as it faced the uncertain forces of nature. Central to the story is the role of the god Khnum, the deity associated with the Nile's life-giving waters. The inscription describes how Pharaoh Djoser, distressed by the prolonged famine caused by the Nile's insufficient flooding, turned to his high priest for guidance. In a divine revelation, Khnum reveals that the river's stagnation was a result of neglecting his temple and proper worship. This intertwining of myth and practical governance underscores the profound relationship Egyptians perceived between their rulers, the gods, and the natural world. Beyond its spiritual dimensions, the Famine Stela also serves as a historical account, reflecting the challenges faced by early Egypt in sustaining its agricultural economy, which was utterly dependent on the annual inundation of the Nile. It highlights how the pharaoh's role extended beyond that of a political leader to a religious intermediary, responsible for ensuring cosmic harmony and the well-being of his people. The resolution of the tale, where Pharaoh Djoser orders the restoration and enrichment of Khnum's temple, cleverly combines divine appeasement with pragmatic policy, illustrating how religion and administration were inseparably linked in the ancient Egyptian worldview. Furthermore, this artifact exemplifies how Egyptians used storytelling as a tool to contextualize hardships, create a shared cultural narrative, and reinforce the pharaoh's position as the divinely chosen savior of the land. The Famine Stela's inscription resonates on multiple levels, from its theological implications to its reflection of real socio-economic struggles. It offers a rare window into the collective psyche of an ancient civilization striving to balance faith and survival. While the exact historical accuracy of the 7-year famine may invite debate, there is no doubt that the stela encapsulates the resilience of the Egyptian people and their deep-rooted connection to the Nile. With these profound insights into how myth and history intertwined in ancient Egypt, we now step further into the annals of royal legacy by uncovering the intricate mystery behind the canopic chest of Queen Kia. As we delve further into the Famine Stela's tale, the question of historical accuracy takes center stage. Could a 7-year famine, as vividly described in the inscription, truly have occurred during Pharaoh Djoser's reign, or does this narrative lean more into the realm of allegory and myth? While there is no definitive evidence to confirm this exact event, scholars suggest that such stories often reflect real struggles contextualized through a theological lens. Ancient Egypt's survival was intrinsically tied to the Nile's annual flooding, known as the inundation, which replenished the soil and ensured agricultural prosperity. When the inundation faltered, famine and societal strain were inevitable. This dependence on the river highlights the profound vulnerability of an entire civilization to environmental forces beyond their control. The famine stela thus serves as both a cautionary tale and a metaphor for Egypt's socio-economic challenges. It reveals the lengths to which Egyptians might go to understand and mitigate crises. The narrative of Khnum's displeasure could well be interpreted as an allegorical explanation for real environmental phenomena, droughts caused by the Nile's insufficient flow. By framing the famine as a divine consequence of neglect, the inscription underscores an ancient and enduring relationship between human actions, spirituality, and nature. This reflects a broader cultural pattern where myth and morality were deeply intertwined to guide societal governance and decision-making. Moreover, the stela illuminates the pharaoh's dual role as both a political and religious figure, directly linking his ability to govern to his perceived relationship with the gods. By portraying the restoration of Khnum's temple as the solution to the famine, the text reinforces the idea that harmony between the divine and earthly realms was essential for survival. It positions Pharaoh Djoser as not only a competent ruler, but also a spiritually attuned savior, whose actions restored balance to the cosmos and ensured the well-being of his people. This narrative likely helped to solidify trust and loyalty among his subjects during uncertain times. The famine stela's importance goes beyond its mythological tale. It invites us to reflect on the ancient Egyptians' deep understanding of their environment and the mechanisms they employed to endure its unpredictability. Whether or not the 7-year famine occurred exactly as described, the stela stands as a powerful reminder of how intertwined faith, leadership, and survival were in Egypt's history. Through its story, we glimpse a civilization grappling with the very forces that both sustained and threatened its existence, all while seeking solace and purpose in their connection to the divine. As we close the chapter on this remarkable artifact, the journey continues into the enigmatic world of Queen Kia, led by the secrets held within her canopic chest. Now turning to the intricately crafted canopic chest of Queen Kia, we find ourselves unraveling the mysteries of one of Akhenaten's enigmatic consorts. This artifact is no ordinary funerary piece. Its design and decoration set it apart from the typical canopic chests of the New Kingdom. While standard chests from this period often adhered to a uniform artistic formula, Kia's chest is strikingly unique, hinting at her distinctive position within the Amarna court. Crafted with remarkable precision, the chest is adorned with motifs and inscriptions that radiate both elegance and mystery. The hieroglyphs, though partially weathered by time, convey prayers and protective spells meant to safeguard Kia in the afterlife. Yet, what captivates scholars most are the artistic elements that appear to blend traditional Egyptian styles with the experimental aesthetic characteristic of the Amarna period. The chest is made from alabaster, its smooth, translucent surface lending an ethereal quality to the artifact. Intricate carvings of lotus flowers, a symbol of rebirth, adorn its exterior, suggesting a deep connection to themes of renewal and eternity. Perhaps most intriguing are the anthropomorphic depictions of protective deities, which differ subtly but significantly from those found on other similar artifacts. Their features bear a softer, more naturalistic rendering, aligning with the artistic revolution spearheaded by Akhenaten himself. This deviation raises questions about whether the chest was a reflection of Kia's personal beliefs or simply an extension of the broader cultural transformation during her lifetime. Equally fascinating is the absence of certain traditional iconographies. Unlike many other New Kingdom canopic chests, Kia's does not prominently display the names of the 4 sons of Horus, deities typically associated with the protection of internal organs. Instead, the decorations focus more on individualized expressions of divine protection, a choice that might suggest a shift in religious practices during the Amarna period. This departure from convention could indicate a degree of personalization, perhaps commissioned at Kia's behest or under Akhenaten's directive, reflecting the unique theological ideas of the time. The canopic chest of Queen Kia is far more than a beautifully crafted artifact. it is a window into the complexities of her identity and the era in which she lived. It invites us to ponder her role within Akhenaten's controversial rule and how she might have navigated the shifting tides of power, faith, and legacy. As we marvel at the chest's craftsmanship, we are reminded of the delicate interplay between tradition and innovation that defined the Amarna period. Moving forward, we delve deeper into Kia's mysterious life story as revealed through this artifact, piecing together her enigmatic legacy and its ties to one of Egypt's most transformative times. Moving forward, the implications of Queen Kia's canopic chest extend far beyond its physical beauty, offering profound insights into her life and the extraordinary era she inhabited. This artifact does not merely preserve the remains of an individual, it serves as a silent witness to a period of profound upheaval and innovation in ancient Egypt. The intricate details and deviations from tradition suggest that Kia held a unique and possibly controversial position within Akhenaten's court. Some scholars posit that the artistic and theological elements of the chest hint at her closeness to Akhenaten's revolutionary ideals, particularly his focus on the worship of the Aten, the sun disk, to the exclusion of Egypt's traditional pantheon. Interestingly, the absence of conventional imagery associated with the four sons of Horus might symbolize a deliberate theological shift influenced by Akhenaten's reforms. This omission raises the question, was Kia's burial intentionally distanced from traditional practices as a reflection of her alignment with the new religious order? Alternatively, could this be an indication of her own personal beliefs diverging from those of her time? The chest's inscriptions and symbols, while aligned with the broader Amarna aesthetic, also bear subtle elements that suggest an intimate, individualized relationship with the divine. Such personalization hints at a deeper complexity to her character and her role within an environment defined by both innovation and conflict. Equally intriguing is the political narrative woven into the chest's very existence. Kia's prominence within Akhenaten's court has long been debated, with some theories suggesting she may have been a favored consort, a diplomatic bride, or even the mother of a royal successor. The craftsmanship of the chest, combined with its unique adornments, implies that her status warranted such an exceptional funerary tribute. However, her sudden disappearance from historical records, along with the possible repurposing of her burial artifacts for others, adds layers of mystery. Could the chest's design convey her eventual fall from favor, or does it immortalize a life that ended abruptly amidst the turbulent shifts of Akhenaten's rule? What remains clear is that the canopic chest of Queen Kia is not just an artifact, but a puzzle piece in one of the most enigmatic chapters of ancient Egyptian history. It bridges the personal with the political, the spiritual with the artistic, and tradition with radical change. Through this singular relic, we gain a glimpse into the possible realities of her life, her potential influence, and the legacy of an era that reshaped Egypt's religious and cultural landscape. As we leave Kia's canopic chest behind, this journey through the Amarna period invites us to reflect on how such artifacts continue to challenge and enrich our understanding of the ancient world. Moving on, we uncover another layer of history through the mystery statues of Tanis, which hold secrets waiting to be deciphered. Now turning to the mystery statues of Tanis, these remarkable artifacts transport us to the Third Intermediate Period, a chapter in ancient Egyptian history marked by political fragmentation and cultural transformation. Discovered within the ruins of Tanis, a city often overshadowed by more famous locales like Thebes or Memphis, these statues stand out not only for their astonishing preservation, but also for the secrets they guard about this enigmatic period. Unlike many artifacts that have succumbed to the passage of time, the statues of Tanis survived in a near-pristine state, defying the odds of history. How did they escape the wear and tear that so many other relics of their era did not? Some scholars attribute their condition to the unique burial environment of the city, while others speculate that Tanis may have been deliberately preserved due to its religious and political significance. The artistic style and inscriptions on these statues offer a treasure trove of information about the shifting dynamics of ancient Egypt during the Third Intermediate Period. At a time when central authority weakened and power was distributed among local rulers, Tanis emerged as a crucial center for both governance and worship. These statues, with their intricate carvings and symbolic postures, reflect a fusion of traditional Egyptian artistry with subtle innovations that hint at the evolving culture of the time. The inscriptions, often a direct link to the rulers and high priests of Tanis, provide a glimpse into the city's role as a key player in Egypt's fragmented political landscape. Some even suggest that the city served as a sanctuary for sacred objects transferred from other parts of Egypt, further solidifying its importance. Equally compelling is the story these statues tell about religious continuity and adaptation. Despite the decentralization of power, the rulers of Tanis sought to maintain the legacy of Egypt's spiritual traditions. The statues often depict deities and pharaohs with an air of solemnity and reverence, underscoring the enduring significance of religious practices even amid political upheaval. Yet, subtle differences in iconography hint at localized interpretations of these traditions, providing valuable insights into how Tanis navigated the delicate balance between honoring long-standing customs and addressing the immediate needs of its people. Through these statues, Tanis reveals itself as far more than a mere political outpost. It emerges as a vivid microcosm of resilience and adaptation, a city that thrived against the odds, preserving its legacy through these silent sentinels of stone. They offer us a rare window into a time when the old ways were both challenged and cherished, and when art and faith served as anchors in an age of uncertainty. As we examine these statues, we are reminded of the power of art to transcend turmoil and to communicate the essence of a society long after its decline. Moving forward, we delve deeper into this fascinating era with the gold foil amulet of Seti I, a delicate artifact that bridges the gap between spiritual protection and artistic precision. Now turning to the artistic style and inscriptions on the statues of Tanis, these elements unravel deeper layers of the city's historical and cultural significance. The statues exhibit a fascinating blend of influences, combining traditional Egyptian motifs with hints of stylistic shifts unique to the Third Intermediate Period. The craftsmanship reflects an era grappling with the challenges of maintaining a unified cultural identity while adapting to regional autonomy. For instance, the figures often bear the unmistakable hallmarks of earlier dynasties, such as the dignified facial expressions and imposing stances synonymous with divine authority, but closer inspection reveals subtle deviations. These include variations in the proportions of the statues, intricate details in their ornamental attire, and localized symbols that point to the distinct cultural priorities of the rulers of Tanis. The inscriptions carved into these statues are just as revealing. Many reference the pharaohs and high priests who sought to legitimize their authority at a time when Egypt's central power was fractured. The 21st and 22nd dynasties, in particular, left their mark on Tanis, with the statues often bearing dedications to these rulers along with invocations to the gods they sought to honor. These texts are not only a testament to the city's religious devotion, but also serve as a form of political branding, meant to assert the ruler's divine right to govern. Moreover, some inscriptions allude to the relocation of sacred relics to Tanis, suggesting that the city may have served as a protective stronghold for Egypt's cultural and spiritual heritage. Beyond the inscriptions, the very materials used in these statues offer another layer of clues. Several of the statues were carved from stone recycled from older monuments, a practice that reflects both resourcefulness and a deliberate effort to link the rulers of Tanis to Egypt's grand past. This reuse of materials was not merely practical, it was symbolic, a tangible connection to the golden age of pharaohs that reinforced their claims to legitimacy. In this way, the statues stand as silent witnesses to a time of profound transformation, where the past was both a source of inspiration and a foundation for resilience. Together, the artistic choices and inscriptions on these statues reveal a city deeply embedded in the complexities of its era. Tanis was not merely a backdrop to history, but an active participant in shaping it, a place where old traditions were repurposed to meet new realities. As we move forward to explore the next artifact, the gold foil amulet of Seti I, we uncover another dimension of ancient Egyptian craftsmanship, one that bridges the realms of artistry and spiritual protection. Now turning to the gold foil amulet of Seti I, this exquisite artifact is a shining example of the intricate craftsmanship and deep spiritual beliefs that defined ancient Egyptian funerary practices. Discovered within the tomb of Seti I, a ruler known for his ambitious building projects and devotion to the gods, the amulet was meticulously crafted from thin sheets of gold and engraved with protective spells designed to safeguard the pharaoh's journey into the afterlife. These inscriptions reflect a profound understanding of the religious rituals and cosmic forces the Egyptians believed governed the transition from the mortal world to the realm of the divine. What makes this artifact even more remarkable is its sophisticated construction. The delicate gold foil, a material that demands precision and exceptional skill to manipulate, underscores the technological advancements of the period. Ancient artisans demonstrated a mastery of metalworking techniques to create an object that was not just functional but also a work of art. The fine lines of the inscriptions, as well as the smooth, almost seamless edges of the foil, showcase their ability to transform raw materials into items imbued with both aesthetic beauty and spiritual significance. Each spell inscribed on the amulet was carefully chosen, with symbols and hieroglyphs meant to invoke protection, guidance, and blessings from the gods. The gold itself held a symbolic meaning for the ancient Egyptians, representing the flesh of the gods and thus serving as a powerful medium for objects intended to bridge the mortal and divine realms. By using gold for this amulet, the craftsmen ensured that it not only carried spiritual weight but also reflected the pharaoh's divine status. Moreover, its placement in Seti I's tomb highlights its role in ensuring the pharaoh's safe passage through the trials of the afterlife, a journey fraught with challenges that required both physical protection and divine favor. This amulet is more than just a funerary object. It is a testament to the fusion of artistry and religious devotion in ancient Egypt. Through its intricate design and profound purpose, it provides us with a glimpse into the values, beliefs, and technical prowess of the time. As we delve further into these remarkable artifacts, the next chapter brings us to the Lotus Chalice of Tutankhamun, an object that beautifully symbolizes the concepts of rebirth and eternal life in the Egyptian worldview. Moving forward, let us delve deeper into the gold foil amulet of Seti I to uncover how it serves as a remarkable bridge between magic and art, illustrating the seamless blending of spiritual significance and technical mastery in ancient Egyptian culture. Functioning as a tool for spiritual protection, the amulet was not merely an accessory but a potent symbol of the pharaoh's reliance on divine forces to navigate the trials of the afterlife. The protective spells and symbols adorning its surface were meticulously chosen, each one carrying layers of meaning designed to repel malevolent spirits, guide Seti I through perilous celestial pathways, and ensure his rebirth in the eternal realm. These inscriptions were not just text, they were imbued with power, forming a sacred connection between the mortal world and the divine. At the same time, the amulet is a testament to the artistic ingenuity of its creators. Its production would have required the collaboration of skilled artisans, scribes, and religious scholars, reflecting a unique synergy of craftsmanship and esoteric knowledge. Manipulating a material as delicate as gold foil demanded not only exceptional expertise but also innovative tools and techniques, highlighting the advanced metalworking skills of the time. The precise engraving of hieroglyphs, each stroke clear and deliberate, demonstrates the artisan's ability to create objects that were both visually stunning and profoundly meaningful. Moreover, the dual nature of the amulet as both an artistic masterpiece and a spiritual artifact sheds light on the broader cultural values of ancient Egypt. It symbolizes the Egyptians' belief that beauty and functionality were inherently intertwined, particularly in items meant to serve a sacred purpose. The elegance of its design was not merely for aesthetic pleasure but was intended to honor the gods, embodying the harmony and perfection that the Egyptians associated with the divine order. In examining the gold foil amulet of Seti I, we gain a deeper appreciation of how ancient Egypt's religious devotion and technical advancements worked hand in hand to produce artifacts that continue to inspire awe. The amulet stands as a vivid example of how the Egyptians elevated everyday materials into extraordinary objects of spiritual and artistic significance. As our journey through these unseen relics continues, next we turn to the Lotus Chalice of Tutankhamun, an artifact that encapsulates the timeless concepts of renewal and eternal life in Egyptian thought. Now turning to the Lotus Chalice of Tutankhamun, we encounter a truly captivating artifact that was unearthed from the legendary tomb of this young pharaoh. Known for its remarkable craftsmanship and symbolic depth, the chalice is shaped like an open lotus blossom, a design that has long been associated with themes of rebirth and the cycle of life in ancient Egyptian culture. The lotus flower itself held profound meaning, often depicted in religious art as a symbol of creation and renewal, as it was believed to bloom anew each day with the rising sun. This connection to the natural world and the divine made the lotus a powerful emblem of resurrection, tying directly to the hopes Egyptians had for the afterlife. The chalice, crafted from alabaster, was not simply a vessel but a spiritual statement. Its translucent beauty allowed light to pass through, giving it an ethereal quality that would have been viewed as a tangible link to the heavens. The inscriptions carved into its surface further enrich its significance. Delicate hieroglyphs express wishes for eternal life, joy, and prosperity, intended to guide Tutankhamun in his journey beyond death. These inscriptions offer a glimpse into the young king's beliefs and the profound importance placed on the afterlife during his reign. Unlike many other tomb goods, the chalice's ornamental design also served a ceremonial purpose, perhaps holding offerings or libations during funerary rituals. What sets the lotus chalice apart from other treasures in Tutankhamun's tomb is not only its aesthetic elegance but also its philosophical resonance. It embodies the Egyptians' intricate understanding of life, death, and rebirth, reflecting a worldview where the physical and spiritual realms were deeply interconnected. This stunning artifact was likely intended to act as a vessel of transformation, symbolizing the pharaoh's passage from the world of the living to the eternal realm of the gods. Its placement in the burial chamber, among countless other treasures, highlights its importance as a sacred object meant to ensure Tutankhamun's immortality. Examining the lotus chalice offers a window into the artistic and religious achievements of ancient Egypt, where even the most functional objects were imbued with symbolic weight and crafted to perfection. As we continue to uncover the mysteries of Tutankhamun's tomb, this chalice stands as a timeless testament to the creativity, spirituality, and devotion of the Egyptian people. Moving forward, our exploration takes us to the Rosetta Obelisk fragment, another key artifact that played a pivotal role in deciphering the secrets of ancient Egyptian language and culture. Moving forward, let us step deeper into the inscriptions adorning the lotus chalice of Tutankhamun, which offer profound insights into the young pharaoh's spiritual outlook and the broader religious landscape of the new kingdom. These delicate carvings are more than mere decoration. They serve as a written testament to the hopes and beliefs of an ancient civilization. Phrases etched into the alabaster surface invoke blessings of eternal life, joy, and prosperity, reflecting the central tenets of Egyptian theology that intertwine the earthly existence with a divine afterlife. The inscriptions also highlight the concept of Ma'at, a principle representing truth, balance, and cosmic order, which was essential for securing harmony in both the mortal world and the realm beyond. By emphasizing these themes, the chalice reveals Tutankhamun's commitment to upholding these sacred ideals, even in death. The lotus chalice not only reflects personal aspirations, but also connects to a larger theological framework that characterized the New Kingdom. During this period, there was a heightened focus on the afterlife and the journey of the soul, influenced heavily by the worship of Osiris, the god of death and resurrection. The chalice's inscriptions align closely with these beliefs, serving as a symbolic guide for Tutankhamun's transformation from a mortal king to an eternal divine being. This connection is further underscored by the imagery of the lotus flower itself, a potent emblem of rebirth. Rising from the muddy depths of the Nile, the flower's daily bloom mirrored the soul's awakening in the afterlife, a concept that resonated deeply with Egyptian spirituality. Moreover, the meticulous artistry of the inscriptions underscores the importance of precision and reverence in conveying these messages. Each hieroglyph was crafted with care, as the Egyptians believed the written word held immense power. These inscriptions were not just records but active instruments meant to invoke protection, ensure safe passage, and secure immortality. The deliberate inclusion of wishes for joy and prosperity also suggests a desire to not only preserve life but to elevate it to a state of eternal bliss, free from earthly struggles. In this way, the lotus chalice becomes more than an artifact. It is a dialogue between the past and us, a narrative that allows us to peer into the mind of a young king and his people. It reveals a culture that viewed death not as an end but as a continuation, a transition to a realm where the soul could flourish anew. By examining the inscriptions, we gain a richer understanding of how the Egyptians blended art, faith, and philosophy into objects that were as spiritually significant as they were visually stunning. As we wrap up our exploration of this remarkable artifact, we now turn to the Rosetta obelisk fragment, a discovery that unlocked the mysteries of the ancient Egyptian language, bridging the past and the present in ways that continue to astonish. Now turning to the Rosetta obelisk fragment, this diminutive yet extraordinary artifact holds a pivotal role in unraveling the enigma of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. While the Rosetta Stone often takes center stage in discussions about linguistic breakthroughs, the obelisk fragment emerges as a complementary piece of the puzzle, offering additional context to decode the complexities of this ancient writing system. Discovered in the sands of Egypt, this fragment provides inscriptions in both hieroglyphs and Greek, mirroring the multilingual nature of the Rosetta Stone. Its markings, though less complete, serve as a bridge, reinforcing the patterns and helping researchers cross-reference translations with greater confidence. This synergy between the Rosetta Stone and the obelisk fragment exemplifies the collaborative nature of archaeological interpretation, where multiple findings come together to illuminate the past. The discovery of the fragment sheds light on Egypt's remarkably intricate administrative and cultural systems, showcasing how written language was a cornerstone of governance, religion, and daily life. It underscores the Egyptians' extraordinary ability to encode vast amounts of information into symbols that conveyed both phonetic and semantic nuances. Hieroglyphs, often admired for their visual beauty, were far more than artistic expressions. They were a sophisticated tool for documenting history, codifying laws, and expressing theological concepts. The obelisk fragment, despite its worn state, preserves enough linguistic material to deepen our understanding of how the ancients used language to weave together their worldview. What makes this fragment especially notable is its potential connection to monumental architecture. Obelisks were not just grand markers of power and piety. They were also canvases for inscribing the achievements of pharaohs and the blessings of the gods. This fragment, believed to have once adorned a larger structure, hints at the messages that might have been proudly displayed to proclaim alliances, victories, or divine protection. Even in its fragmented state, it radiates the aura of a bygone era when every carved word carried immense significance. In many ways, the Rosetta obelisk fragment does more than just add to our collection of artifacts. It serves as a reminder of the painstaking efforts required to piece together humanity's shared history. It highlights the interconnectedness of discoveries where each artifact builds upon the last, creating a clearer picture of the civilization that flourished along the Nile. This fragment not only bridges linguistic gaps but also connects us to the minds of ancient scribes who meticulously etched symbols that would outlive them by millennia. With the mysteries of the obelisk fragment in mind, we now cast our gaze toward the unfinished colossi of Ramses II, monumental sculptures that stand as a testament to the ambitions and ingenuity of one of Egypt's most iconic rulers. Moving forward, the role of the Rosetta obelisk fragment as a linguistic key becomes even more profound when we consider its ability to complement the Rosetta Stone in deciphering ancient Egyptian texts. Together, these artifacts provide a fuller, more multidimensional understanding of a language system that thrived thousands of years ago. While the Rosetta Stone serves as the cornerstone for hieroglyphic translation, the obelisk fragment brings additional nuances to light, helping researchers refine their interpretations. For example, subtle variations in the inscriptions between the two artifacts reveal the richness of linguistic layers, showing how scribes adapted language to suit political, religious, and cultural needs. This dimensionality allows us to grasp not just the literal meanings of the symbols, but also the intentions and priorities of those who inscribed them. The fragment's value goes beyond its direct inscriptions. It provides an invaluable window into the broader context of ancient Egypt's linguistic evolution. Its presence underscores the fact that language was not static but a living, evolving tool shaped by centuries of interaction, conquest, and diplomacy. The coexistence of hieroglyphs and Greek on this fragment mirrors an era of cultural blending, reflecting how Egypt, even under foreign influence, maintained its identity while integrating new elements from the outside world. This duality, captured in the inscriptions, helps us understand Egypt not only as a monumental civilization but also as a dynamic one, willing to adapt and innovate while holding on to its core traditions. As researchers continue to study the obelisk fragment, its contributions to understanding Egyptian texts become increasingly significant. For instance, the repeated symbols and syntax found on both the fragment and the Rosetta Stone allow linguists to verify translation patterns, identify anomalies, and even reconstruct missing pieces of other ancient texts. In this sense, the fragment acts as a linguistic magnifying glass, magnifying the intricacies of a language that had for centuries remained silent. This deeper exploration of ancient Egyptian writing not only enriches our understanding of its technical aspects, but also brings us closer to the thoughts, beliefs, and aspirations of a civilization that continues to captivate the world. As we unravel the linguistic mysteries held within the obelisk fragment, it becomes clear that this artifact is far more than a relic of the past. It is a bridge connecting the modern world to the voices of ancient scribes and leaders who sought to immortalize their stories. With every symbol studied, we gain a clearer picture of how the Egyptians viewed their world and how they sought to communicate their legacy across time. With this newfound appreciation for the obelisk fragment's role in uncovering Egypt's linguistic tapestry, our journey through the sands of ancient Egypt now brings us to the unfinished colossi of Ramses II, where ambition, artistry, and untold challenges merge to create monumental works of historical significance. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we now arrive at the unfinished colossi of Ramses II, magnificent yet incomplete symbols of a ruler's boundless ambition. Standing in stark contrast to the meticulously finished monuments that dominate ancient Egypt's landscape, These colossal statues offer a unique glimpse into the challenges encountered by even the most powerful pharaohs. Intended to immortalize Ramses II's legacy, these massive sculptures were planned to depict the ruler in grand, commanding poses, serving not only as artistic masterpieces but also as declarations of his supremacy. Yet, despite the grandeur of their vision, these colossi remain unfinished, their incomplete forms silently narrating the struggles faced by the artisans tasked with their creation. The sheer scale of these statues highlights the extraordinary ambition that defined Ramses II's reign. Carved from single blocks of stone, the colossi were intended to surpass the limits of what had previously been achieved, demonstrating both the pharaoh's power and the advanced capabilities of Egyptian craftsmen. However, their incomplete state suggests that even the most sophisticated ancient engineering was not immune to setbacks. Transporting and sculpting stone of such immense size required unparalleled expertise, innovative tools, and meticulous planning, yet it also depended on a vast workforce and favorable conditions. Interruptions due to logistical challenges, shifting priorities during the pharaoh's reign, or even unexpected events such as resource shortages could have halted progress, leaving these towering figures forever unfinished. Interestingly, the colossi's unfinished surfaces provide a rare opportunity to study ancient Egyptian construction techniques. The rough, unpolished sections reveal the early stages of carving, showcasing the initial marks made by craftsmen as they began to shape the stone. These remnants of process, typically lost in completed works, help archaeologists understand the methods and tools used to sculpt statues of such enormous proportions. From chisel marks to indications of how the stone was cut and shaped, the statues serve as an open book for those seeking to uncover the secrets of ancient Egyptian artistry. Beyond their technical significance, the unfinished colossi symbolize the human element behind Egypt's grand monuments. They remind us that even with overwhelming ambition, the process of creation was fraught with challenges, setbacks, and limitations. This humbling reality speaks not only to the scale of the projects commissioned by Ramses II, but also to the resilience and determination of the people who worked to bring his vision to life. Their incomplete state allows us to connect with those who toiled in the sands thousands of years ago, feeling their triumphs and struggles etched into the very stone itself. These colossal figures, though incomplete, stand as stark reminders of the interplay between ambition and reality, showcasing the extraordinary vision of Ramses II while revealing the profound difficulties inherent in achieving such monumental feats. With every detail examined, they invite us to reflect on the balance between human ambition and the constraints of nature, time, and circumstance. As we ponder these towering yet unfinished ambitions, our exploration of ancient Egypt reaches its final chapter, where we will uncover the broader significance of these 15 unseen artifacts and reflect on their lasting impact on our understanding of one of history's greatest civilizations. Now turning to the legacy embodied by these monumental works of stone, the unfinished colossi of Ramses II serve as enduring symbols of the pharaoh's monumental aspirations and the challenges that defined his reign. Ramses II, often referred to as Ramses the Great, is celebrated as one of ancient Egypt's most accomplished rulers, known for his military triumphs, architectural innovations, and sprawling empire. These statues encapsulate the essence of his rule, a desire to achieve the extraordinary, to leave an indelible mark on history, and to project his power across both time and space. Despite their incomplete state, the colossi carry the unmistakable weight of Ramses II's vision. Their towering forms were more than artistic endeavors. They were statements of authority, intended to solidify his divine status and ensure his legacy as one of Egypt's most powerful and enduring leaders. The ambition captured in every layer of stone reflects a ruler who sought to push boundaries, defying the limitations of his era with each stroke of the chisel. Even in their unfinished form, these statues exude the grandeur and authority that Ramses II worked tirelessly to embody. At the same time, their incomplete nature reveals the logistical hurdles that even a ruler of Ramses II's stature could not entirely overcome. Constructing monuments of this scale was a painstaking process that required extraordinary resources, vast labor forces, and intricate planning. Every stage, from quarrying the immense blocks of stone to transporting them across vast distances, demanded an exceptional level of coordination and ingenuity. Yet, it also exposed the vulnerability of even the most ambitious undertakings to the unpredictable forces of nature, shifting political priorities and finite human capability. In their imperfection, the colossi serve as a testament to the human effort and resilience behind such grand achievements. They remind us that even the most ambitious projects rely on the dedication of countless individuals, designers, laborers, and craftsmen who devoted their lives to realizing the vision of their pharaoh. The unfinished statues stand as silent witnesses to their toil, preserving the physical imprints of their hands and tools as they worked tirelessly to carve these massive figures from the earth. Ultimately, these colossi offer a poignant perspective on Ramses II's legacy, illustrating both his extraordinary ambition to achieve the impossible and the inevitable limits imposed by the world in which he lived. They bridge the gap between the myth of an infallible ruler and the reality of a monumental human endeavor, grounded in both triumph and constraint. As we consider the legacy of Ramses II, these unfinished statues remind us of the complexities behind Egypt's most iconic monuments, a delicate balance of vision, innovation, and the enduring human spirit. As the sun rises on the next chapter of this ancient journey, we reflect on the 15 unseen artifacts and their profound significance in unveiling the mysteries of the Age of Pharaohs. Each artifact, from the Ancestral Mask of Sobekhotep to the unfinished colossi of Ramses II, weaves a unique thread into the grand tapestry of ancient Egypt's history. These relics are not just physical remnants of a bygone era. They are gateways to understanding the intricacies of its culture, the complexities of its religion, and the vibrancy of its daily life. They remind us that history is not merely a collection of dates and events, but a living narrative, shaped by the people who walked these lands thousands of years ago. These artifacts continue to ignite curiosity and fuel debates among historians and archaeologists. From decoding celestial maps to interpreting the inscriptions of forgotten rulers, they challenge us to piece together stories that have lain dormant in the sands of time. Their discovery enriches our knowledge but also leaves us with more questions, sparking a sense of wonder about what secrets might still lie buried, waiting for their moment to emerge. Which artifact, in your opinion, holds the most secrets yet to be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your theories. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient Egypt's unseen treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the mysteries of history. Let us continue this journey together, uncovering the past one artifact at a time. Until next time, keep exploring the echoes of history and the stories they still have to tell.